me like a battery. I'm staying charged on my feet, I'm like a factory. Dropping lines like an assembly. I'm staying on point, it's my strategy.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to ZukaTube, and today we're going to be reviewing a movie called Hide and Seek. Now, I know that might sound a little familiar to you. That's because it is. There's a lot of movies titled Hide and Seek, apparently. Just by searching Hide and Seek when I was trying to pull up, a lot of my reference photos for this and everything, there's quite a few. Here's 6 to show some examples. Now, one thing I got to say is the one on the bottom left is a Korean film from 2013. Apparently, this is a remake of that film. Not that anybody I know is familiar with that one, but now there's this one that just came out November 19th of 2021. So with that being said, right, I'm going to play this trailer. Then we're going to go into a little summary, my review, all that kind of stuff. I got a couple clips to play, and then we'll do my spoiler section at the end, right? So let's get right into this trailer now. Trailer.
Get ready for school. We're gonna be late. I'll call you back. They're savages.
They take after their mother.
When your father died, we got a call from your brother about the estate.
2 brothers, one with the keys to the kingdom, and the other disregarded.
It's tricky.
Yeah, this guy, his
You're
name
not
is
the
Noah.
legitimate heir here.
He's a very
Turns out
OCD
he's
kind
living
of
in
guy.
some derelict building down in Queens. Bottom line is
He's got a brother
distance.
that's like an estranged brother who did something
I'm
atrocious,
looking for someone.
who's back
They're no
in
neighbors,
the city,
only drifters.
leaving messages for you. Now, it's interesting they have this little Korean family here that they show in the trailer, and they have them speaking Korean at points, because I'm like, well, then
Something
why
in him
even
just
remake
broke
the
my
Korean
head.
one? Just
His
dub
dad's
over it.
death brought it all back again.
Now, Noah's very tormented from the death of his mother, and now his father has just recently passed as well. And he's not really the rightful heir to, I guess, the wealth that he has.
You gotta
The
think
brother
about your
technically
family,
is supposed to be.
kids.
We playing a game?
But now he thinks the brother could be going after him. He's
Nothing
back.
slips past me. It's like this tiny dose of poison.
I know it's him, fam.
Doesn't kill him, but just keeps gnawing away at him.
Have you seen him?
He wants what's mine. He wants you.
Damn.
He wants the kids.
He wants the kids, the wife.
My life.
He wants my life. Ooh,
You should
pouncing
never
on him
have come
in his
back
sleep.
here.
All right, so pretty interesting trailer, right? Okay, so the summary they have for this movie is this, right? When a wealthy businessman follows a lead to find his missing brother, he dives headlong into a twisted underworld of squatters and vagrants that threatens to tear apart his family as he struggles to maintain his sanity, right? Now, this starts off, this whole movie, right, with a lady living in a spooky apartment building in the city that they show in the trailer, right? And she doesn't notice there's a demolition notice on there. It's going to get knocked down soon. Her apartment was robbed, right? So she checks a camera and notices the creepy neighbor in her apartment building is there in the apartment and was there before she got there and never left the apartment, and he kills her, right? And then it flashes to this guy Noah, right? And he's very OCD. He's getting his day started with his family. The family banter has him real high strung, along with a business meeting he's about to have. And in this meeting, this woman doesn't trust doing business without the father being alive, let alone the fact that his brother is out of the picture, who's actually the rightful heir. You know what I mean? And they kind of have bad terms with him. So a man meets with him later and tells him that his brother Jacob has been seen and to be careful. Now, the dude apparently, could have been the one that they kind of show you kills the girl in the beginning, or that's what they hint at, right? And so he goes to check the apartment building, and there's a little kid, right? And the little kid we see snatches his phone, runs around with it. A homeless guy grabs it, This lady cuts in, and it's this whole big fiasco, right? He gets cut by a bottle from this homeless person, right? So he goes with the girl and the girl's mother to the apartment, right? And then they talk to the manager about his brother. And the mom, when they find out about the brother, that it's his brother, freaks out, kicks him out, right? And he sees weird symbols near the brother's door and some creepy shit inside, right? And he has some flashbacks to him finding his dead mom in a tub. And he sees the words, "I am not a ghost," written. And that's also written in the bathroom here. So he's very much on the whole, like, my brother's back. He killed my mom. He probably killed this lady who died in this apartment building. He's probably going to go after me. Who knows, right? So they show that, like, it seems like Jacob is stalking, like, the whole time the person who's supposed to be Jacob or that you think could be, like, the neighbor they show in the beginning is just wearing, like, a motorcycle helmet. So you don't know. But you know that, like, by the pictures they show of Jacob, obviously, that he wears the motorcycle jacket and drove one and has the helmet. So it's like, it's pretty easy to piece together in the beginning. They kind of hint that and give you the idea that obviously the brother, like, by just hearing these couple things, figures this out, right? So they show the brother Jacob stalking Noah's daughter while she's out. And Noah's looking into what his brother's been up to. Jacob starts stalking them in the house, So he debates with his buddy about his worries, and they try to shake it off, right? And he goes back to the apartment and finds, like, the brother's apartment now. He finds a path to the girl's room, and the symbol's there too, right? And they clear out, like, his brother's room, and they're trying to search for more clues, right? And the guys there start attacking him. And when he's there, he's at one point he goes and looks for the little girl again and tries to ask her more questions and stuff like that, because he's trying to figure out, like, where he could be hiding, right? So I'm going to play a little clip from that.
Hi.
Because there's a lot of stuff that has to do with this girl. This whole situation in this apartment building is sketch, obviously.
You remember this? You can have it. I'll give it to you if you tell me where my brother is.
The brother's hiding, she said.
Where's he hiding?
Hey, Louis!
He's hiding inside. Oh, man.
Yo! That's a wrap, my friends. All right, guys, move on. Close the shop here.
Trying to bribe her with the watch. Damn. Sketchy, man. I'd be like, this guy's a fucking pedo.
You want to hurt us?
I don't want to hurt anyone.
Obviously, the mom
They're
freaks out.
covering his tracks. Why?
He was trying to take from us. Like you. Always where he is not belonging.
What about the girl? The neighbor in 2B? Did you see them together? Hey, you know something, and you're not telling me.
You should never have come back here.
So, now this whole movie is basically the investigation by the brother into trying to find Jacob, right? And at the same time, him trying to stop Jacob, or, what he thinks is potentially Jacob stalking him and his family. This is causing a lot of issues with his family at home. So, like, there's a lot of problems all kind of coming to a head and bottlenecking during this whole situation. And it's just within a matter of days as soon as the brother Jacob comes onto the scene, right? So one thing I got to say about this movie is it's kind of like a, whodunit thriller kind of thing. It's got some cool kind of elements where obviously, like, the family's getting stalked at the same time that he starts investigating his brother. You know what I mean? Not to mention he's starting to investigate in general and like indirectly find out things about this apartment complex and the people within it and things that are going on there, and that whole dynamic, which is pretty interesting, you know, and it kind of keeps you involved because it is kind of just a fucked up situation there. Everybody there is like real shot out. There's very few people that are actually just like normal paying tenants that just have jobs and families. Not really much of that going on. And with that being said, I would say overall, I'd give this like a 7 out of 10. You know, it's not like just plain average. It's pretty decent. And it could have been a lot better. There was a couple moments that I feel like were a little bit slow and kind of break things down a little bit for you, so you're not like as involved and as like on the edge of your seat and intrigued to find out. Like the couple little breaks that you get in between with this longer stretches of dialogue, I feel like are a little bit of a drawback in the movie, but overall it's good. Like I enjoyed it. I would definitely say, like, if you're just looking for new thrillers to watch, like just something that's entertaining, this is definitely one to check out for sure. Now, I don't know if the Korean version, the original, is a lot better than this. I don't know if this is an exact replica or not. I'd really have to look into that because, you know, just in general, like I said, looking into, again, there's so many references of other hide and seek movies, and a lot of them seem drastically different, obviously, except for this one that it's a remake of. So I'd like to see how close that this movie is, right? And if you know and if you've seen it, definitely let me know what you think. But with that being said, again, 7 out of 10 for this movie. Let's get into the spoilers here. Spoilers. Oh. All right, so now Noah, right? He gets his ass whooped when he's in there after he has this little discussion with the girl and stuff. They kind of trap him, and at one point he gets away, right? And he finds a hiding spot that the brother was hiding in the wall. And he kind of finds all these dead bodies, and he finds his brother there dead, right? And he found the recordings on the laptop, right? Also, and finds out that the killer wasn't the brother, and that the killer is that fucking little girl's mom, right? And that's like that's the part that I really enjoy. Like the twist of it is that, and that's really cool because as you start to find out the twists about, you know, the brother and that he could be really fucked up, and that, like, you know, you see these like weird flashes that he has about his brother, you really start to contemplate like what could he be up to, especially when you start to see that he could be like hiding in the walls and stuff like that. That really gets you going. But then when you find out that this dude is dead and that somebody else has been doing this and killing a lot of people, you start to wonder like who did this, and then who obviously investigated this guy's life and started stalking people to then decide that she was going to, or he, whoever, was going to, like, you know, try to steal people's identities, steal their wealth and all that kind of stuff, and then go after him specifically. And when you find out it's the girl's mom, you're like, shit, man, it's about to get crazy, right? So she's obviously stalking Noah's family to acquire their stuff, and Noah panics and runs back home, and this broad is fucking there trying to kill the family, right? And she stabs the mom, goes after the kids after knocking out Noah in it when Noah gets in there, right? And then there's candles behind the walls where she was hiding, and it lights a fire, right? And Noah's daughter ends up coming to the rescue and stabbing the crazy fucking mom, right? So then Noah pulls the mom through the wall and into the fire, and it just cuts right out at that point. And that's a part that, like, this is the main, like, issue I have with the movie that I was going to discuss a little bit more once we got to the spoiler section. It just kind of cuts right out there. And not that that's bad or anything, because there is a decent amount of, like, resolve where she is getting defeated, and you think that, like, you know, she's obviously going to go down when she got stabbed by the daughter and stuff. But, like, at the same time, to see that last minute, like, she gets pulled through and then it just cuts, and then kind of just fast forwards. It felt a little abrupt, especially with how slow everything else was going. So I didn't like that kind of pacing they did right there at the end. And then it shows everyone like mourning, right? And in the end, like apparently Noah's all right. And he's trying to have the apartment building, the one that was run down, like taken care of and brought up to standard. They show him in the house though, and he's all like burned up and he's looking all sad and shit like that. And then it cuts to Noah's apartment being resold, and a model plane is still there, right? And you hear somebody pick it up, and the crazy mom's daughter whispers like, "Mine," you know what I mean, through the thing, and fucking like it cuts out, meaning like the kid now is taking after the mother's role. And like the one thing I gotta say is for a while they do have you feel like I don't know, like it kind of trips you out at one point because the mother, like Noah's wife, does get a little suspicious that somebody could be in the house or something's happening, right? But then at the same time, when he comes home and he's all bloodied up and beaten up and everything like that, she kind of like is a little more in denial than you think she would be that something's happening, right? Like, let me play this clip also for you. And this is towards the end here.
Noah? Come on. Let's go to
After
bed.
he gets his ass whooped.
I know it's him, Sam. He's fucking with my head. He wants what's mine. What's his? I saw him. I saw the symbol. He tracks all the people inside.
He's inside their homes, watching.
Sweetie, Jacob is unwell. He's not your responsibility anymore. That is over, honey.
He wants this. He wants you. He wants the kids.
He wants my life.
See, and they also show those symbols, right, with all the marks, and he investigates that in the beginning and stuff. But then, like, when this all gets cleared up, they don't really show, like, the purpose of that entirely. Like, besides the fact that obviously this lady probably stole this from the obsessive brother's, like, weird tics, I guess, you know? But otherwise, I thought it was a pretty good thriller, you know? Just the pacing, especially at that end part, got a little weird. And obviously, it was a little bit slow at moments throughout the beginning portion, right? But once again, like, I'd give this a solid 7 out of 10. If you want, like, just a decent thriller to watch, you know, this is definitely one to check out. And again, if you've seen the 2013 version of this and you think it's better or different or anything in any way, definitely let me know what you think. I'm going to try to check that out in my spare time and maybe make a little point to mention it in the next episode. But either way, that's it. Hide and Seek, Zookatube out.
Let me get on one. Nah, go get your tracks up. Homie, can I steal some? Homie, you can't stack up. My brother, can you shout me? You're barking up the wrong tree. My dog, why do you doubt me? Cause you can't do shit without me.
Real at the radio and never play it, but that's cool. The enemy's supposed to hate it.